Okay, that seems like... Well, it seems like she's pregnant then.
Marie, I'm
She
coming.
had an unlocked mother. Oh god, I'm coming, Omri, as soon as I figure out how to go up steps.
Me.
Oh.
I see you, bastard! I see you!
I'm coming for you.
Don't do this! Please don't do this to us!
What? Could you say that again, sir? Jokes, I'm hilarious. Oh fuck, of course it's out.
Come on!
Let me in, let me in, let me in. Okay, power this baby up, come on, come on, come on. Okay, go. Go, up, 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 we gotta go up. Oh no, we're going down, wrong way, wrong way. Ah, of course. Why? When will I learn that you should never trust an elevator in a horror game? When will we learn? When will you learn? That's your actions.
Have consequences.
That's literally the theme of this fucking game.
Literally.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
I was good.
That's literally the plot to this game.
Yeah, basically.
And that in Mother, I crave violence.
I was gonna say, I feel bad that I'm, like, not sympathetic at all.
Nah, it's
anymore.
fine, dude. Did she ever, like, deliver the afterbirth, you think? Open.
I don't think she's delivered her placenta, no.
No, I was gonna say, she still looks...
So that's just gonna plop out at some point. That's gonna be pleasant.
My body
seeing
just,
that she's
like,
wearing pants.
fully just did I did a full body recoil. How the fuck do I get out of here?
You don't.
Do I still have my matches? Nope. Okay. Let me go take a really quick pee and I'll double check to see what the heck I'm supposed to do to actually get out of this thing and I'll be right back.
Okay, Doug, I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to go to the bathroom as well.
Okay, bathroom break, we'll be right back. Put on some, like, elevator music.
Oh fuck, I can't get up.
Ah, there she is. Can I open? Pry that sucker open? Ah, there we go. Escape hatch. My favorite. He'll be back eventually, I'm sure. I don't have any sources of light anymore. That's fun. Get it together, baby. I know how to open game. I know how to open doors, I promise, and levers and stuff. We're at the very end of the game here. God.
He will die. What other choice do we have? Hank, stay with me, Hank.
Accept her bargain, Tess. I know it is painful. This way, we all live. Maybe even Salim.
Oh, interesting. So the doctor said to accept her bargain. Okay, interesting. So the doctor said that he wanted to accept her bargain, which I'm assuming was save everybody in exchange for her unborn child, for Emery. But then it sounds like she decided otherwise, just to not. And interesting. Is that you, Charlie? I heard something in the background. I think that's him. Maybe it was him, I couldn't tell. I hear somebody comes approaching. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. I think he's coming back. Let's see. Charles? Charles, are you there? Come back to me, sir. I thought I heard him for a sec. Well, might as well check Pokemon Go while we're waiting. Get it Get it, baby. Hey. I thought he was coming. I thought I heard him coming. Maybe he's still in the process. Give me back my baby, you asshole. Oh. Was I supposed to rotate objects? Oh, hello. Okay. All right, we made it out of the elevator.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. You really didn't miss anything. Okay. To rotate objects. Ooh, interesting.
Okay. Oh shit.
I was just saying we made it out of the elevator. I took a really quick look at a walkthrough to see which way to go, and yeah,
you're
so we're
gone.
out of the elevator. We climbed out. We just went through a quick vent, and now we are here. And
Lovely.
I love how it's telling me at the end of the game how to light a match. I just love that.
Iconic, honestly.
Don't forget, you can press R to light a match. Yes, I know how to light a match. Game. We're. Ooh, oh, these assholes again. You've gotta be kidding me. Anyway, yeah. So there was one super brief flashback that I think already kind of told us what we thought was going on, but it's the doctor was encouraging Tazi to make the bargain with the goddess. Which was basically everyone would live in exchange for the child, for Emery. And at some
Right.
point, it seems like Tazi decided to go against that and seemed to maybe sell all them out in exchange for keeping her baby, it seems.
Wow.
That's the vibe I'm getting from it anyway. Like, that's what it seems like.
Right.
Shit. Well, that's a scary sound.
Stupid, selfish little girl. Hank will die because of you. We'll all die.
Don't listen, Tazzy. It's all right.
Please. Goddess. Queen, whatever you are. He's dying.
You know my terms, Tazi Channel. Have you changed yours?
No. No, I can't stay. I can't give her up.
Then I cannot save you. But I am not a monster. I will give you aid before you face the desert.
I refused her. She wanted me to stay until the baby came. She wanted Amari.
Yeah, she wanted Emery. That's what we came to. Hey, look at us. Look at them not trying to pull a dumb plot twist on us.
Right.
Actually, like, adds up and makes sense. She wanted Amari. Which, yeah, makes sense.
Give him water from the fountain, and he will be well.
Malik, help me, please.
I have him. Here. Mr. Mitchell.
Probably the water didn't help.
Here, Hank, drink.
Something tells me it didn't save him.
Yeah.
Look. Look. His wound. It was closing.
Drink, all of you. It will sustain you in the desert.
Something tells me it didn't. That's why they all turned into monsters.
We drank.
Yep. Drank the water, but then it
It turned them all into monsters.
turned all y'all into monsters. Oh my god, she looks awful.
Me.
I thought it might be worse. I still look like me. I haven't changed like Leon. There's hope. Come on, Tazzy. Just find
Relatable.
Amari and get
I
home.
love that. I love her keeping a positive mental attitude despite everything. Like, well,
It
Oh,
could have
shit.
been worse.
it could look worse. Fuck me. Where is it? I know how to open doors. Oh my god, game. We are in the final levels here.
I hope so.
I hope so. God, this game is going on for fucking ever.
what your old dad had made of this, Tazi. To stand here, to have seen this place. Almost a shame we have to leave.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Not after Alice.
Hey, I know. I do understand. And so will Celine. We'll find a way to... Mr. Mitchell. I'm alright. I can't quite see properly.
Oh, yep.
It's getting to the edge of my eyes.
Yep.
Turn into monsters. The fountain turned him into monsters. Nice. I love how my run is just like a limp now. Okay, I can't see shit in here. I am out of all light sources. Oh, hello. Nice cabinet with nothing in it. Thank you. I know how to manipulate it. Why are you telling me all this stuff now, game? I know how to play the game. I promise. I do. God, I can't believe we're still fucking playing this game, dude. How long is it?
It said 12 to 18 hours.
Has it been 12 to 18 hours yet?
I feel like it's been like 30.
Yeah, I feel like we've been playing this game for fucking months.
I was gonna say, this game has physically aged me.
Literally, though, we've been playing it for so long.
Also, we know that you don't have your lantern anymore. We know.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitchell, stop! I will shoot! Run from me, Darcy! No! Quickly!
Ooh. I love how turning into a monster apparently just makes you shirtless, too.
Titties out.
Titties out. It's a tits out look.
It's a tits out kind of look.
Yeah. So that's why we're all becoming monsters, is because we drank the thing and ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Malik, no.
You
'Cause the
saved
goddess
us.
was like, fuck you.
Fuck you. Okay, so wait, is there anything else to explore over here before I go down that way? I don't have like anything on me. I don't have the amulet left. I don't have anything. I thought I could maybe go this way. I don't know. I feel like I skipped some stuff. I did. Gimme, gimme, gimme. This is why it always is good to explore. Okay, got like 2 matches. That wasn't really... I know how to throw an object. Game, why are you doing this to me? Why do you do this?
Boss battle.
Why is it telling me all this stuff though?
You also have amnesia.
Well, I mean, like I myself do?
Yes. Yes.
I mean that's true, yeah. But okay, so what was over here? Oh, whoops. This is just where I just was, wasn't it? No, there's something else. Up above. What does Gollum say? Rolling our sulfur through the dark.
Oh, thank you. I hated that.
What, you don't like my commentary?
There must be some way to fix this.
You don't like my video game commentary? My funny gamer commentary? That's a little bit not very cash money of you, dude. I mean,
They
this
say
video...
that in Douglasville, there's just a billboard that just says cash money, and that's all it says.
Really?
And I'm
Oh
just
wait, no,
like,
this is the way I just came, right? Oh, it is.
I-
Okay. I.
There's no phone number. There's no website. It has 2 words on it, and those words
Cash
are cash
money.
And I'm like, I
like the if I could spend money on a billboard, that's probably exactly what I would spend it on, honestly.
If I had disposable income like that, like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, just do something completely incomprehensible and just like not even like.
I just want to confuse the shit out of people.
Wait,
that's
can I
all
still
want.
check? No, I can't still check. I can't press X to check.
I
anything.
wonder why.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's another bug. You know? Probably a bug. God, I wish. I mean, like, I like this game. Like, it's fun and everything, but also like, feel like I've been playing it for like 15 years.
Relatable.
When is it gonna be over? I know how to throw an object. Why are you telling me this? Do I have to rip this out?
I think this game just falls into the unfortunate reality of having good ideas and okay execution.
Yeah, it kind of does. Ooh, look at this noodly thing that I got on me. Ooh.
Love that.
Can I? Oh no, I need more slack. I can't reach. Ugh. No.
Cause it's not like awful, but
It's not bad. I'm glad that it's not trying to do some dumb twist thing.
oh, it definitely could have been worse.
It could have done some stupid twist thing that would have just been dumb, and I'm really glad that it didn't.
Could have done some dumbass shit, but like
At the same time, no, it's definitely not bad. It's not the worst games that I've played. I like it.
I'm gonna reserve all of my judgment until the very end, but
Yeah. Same. I'm curious. Okay, so is that correct? I pulled the plug. Do I need to do anything else with it?
but it's on thin fucking ice.
Yeah, it's on thin ice. I like it, like in terms of what the heck was that? I like it in terms of like the exploration and like the adventure type thing. I like it more than the OG Amnesia because of that, just because it's a bit more fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the environment and the character of Tazi and stuff like that. Story wise, it's not
I'm not
bad.
impressed.
Yeah.
I'm a tough critic when it comes to story.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
know
like,
that.
I mean, like, I like that I wasn't trying to pull a fast one on us, but we also were able to kind of predict it fairly early on.
I was gonna say, and there's nothing wrong with predictable. I
don't know.
and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I don't know. I'm
don't
just not
know.
impressed with the direction that it really has decided to go in.
I mean, it's kind of like. Kick him on, slip the cord. Okay, so I do need to actually change the chords up here, so I was just checking my thing.
Oh no!
I don't know.
you're
Yeah,
good, you're good.
we predicted like what was gonna happen fairly early on. Like it'll be really fun to go back and like watch the playthrough once I get it uploaded and like.
Oh yeah, we had
and-
it figured out in the first couple hours, like.
Yeah. Which isn't bad
but,
because it means that
again, there's nothing wrong with that. And I
where
like
go?
being able to follow a story like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It and this might just be, 100% my personal preference. I am not really compelled to connect with this story.
Yeah.
But that's just me. It's got interesting characters.
It's got interesting
understandable
characters.
motivations.
It's a little bit like it's not super really too deep beyond kind of what we see though, I think is the thing, because it's just sort of like yeah, the woman did this because she lost her husband and her child, and I feel like that sort of storyline has been done before.
Okay.
But then again, yeah.
And I think it's been done better.
Yeah, or at the very least, I feel like maybe there was a little bit more to it than that, you know? Or then again, we're not done with the game yet, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I like talking well enough.
Ooh, shit. Oh, hang on. Stuff's going on. Oh no, Hank! No, it's Hank! Hank, I'm sorry, dude.
Hank. Christ.
I'm sorry, man. Oh no. Okay, I gotta go, dude.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how to help you or any of us. I need to save Amari.
Tomasi, you must go!
I am going, dude. I promise. Oh no. Oh, Hank. Anyway, what were we just saying before that?
I like Tazi well enough. I'm just not overall super impressed by the story.
Oh shit. Shit, hang on, I'm about to get got. I know being near monsters increases my fear. I wonder why. Anyway, yeah, no, I like Tazi. I like Salim. I like her relationship with her husband, how it's a genuinely loving relationship. Oh shit, he's coming, she's coming. Yeah, I do kind of feel like maybe I do kind of find myself maybe wishing for maybe having some more motivation beyond just like the grief of losing everyone she's cared about. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think my problem is less with Tazi and her motivations and more of the circumstances.
It doesn't feel quite so dire. Like if it's
or I was gonna say it's not even the dire. Like I'm just not impressed with the world building that they did.
yeah, I just kind of feel like yeah, no, I do get that. Like the world building
It was built up to be more grand than it is.
Right, it's a little bit simplistic when it kind of comes down to it, and I was hoping that it would expand. I mean, it is cool that it has expanded a bit more on Alexander's world and stuff and what Vitae's used for, but it's not really telling us anything else super new at the same time. You know, we knew from the first game Vitae was extracted from people being in fear and stuff, and I knew that it was used to power the orb that Alexander needed to get home, and that's kind of all that we knew. But this isn't really telling us anything new with it. It's just kind of saying that yeah, it's used to like power machinery and stuff. It can also use to be save like ill people, but that's about it. Oh god. Oh, I thought that closet thing was the monster. Oh my god, that's why I stopped for a second.
It said,
Oh my god, it probably did that on purpose.
but
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really telling
I think
us.
my biggest issue with this game is definitely the world building.
Yeah, it's just simplistic. It's not even that it's like confusing or vague. There's just not much to
there's
it.
not a lot to it, and
It's
therefore
ultimately
the circumstances that she's in are very cut
They-
and dry, very,
yeah, they don't feel as dire, I think, because of that. And it's like it's just one of those things where it's not super morally. It's not really super morally gray, not as much as it was when it was Daniel's situation.
right.
You know?
I think they definitely tried to recapture that kind of thing in
It wasn't quite as good as Amnesia, because Amnesia was just so simple and straightforward. I thought.
I was gonna say, and they definitely did better. I was gonna say, I think this is definitely better than Machine for Pigs, but
Oh, multitudes better than Machine for Pigs. I've had a lot more fun with than in this one, like in terms of story, than Machine for Pigs for sure.
But I don't think they've ever really captured what made the first Amnesia as good as it was.
Yeah, like I would definitely say out of all of them, this one has definitely come the closest. This one feels like a proper spiritual successor to it.
Right. And
But yeah, the OG Amnesia I think is probably still going to be maybe the most beloved one out of all of them when all is
Because,
said
I
and
mean,
done.
No, I was gonna say no. This is just my opinion, and I think I made it clear when it first came up. Is she made the wrong decision?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's not so morally gray as the one that was presented to you in the first Amnesia, where it really
No.
was a case of are you worthy of redemption or not
Right.
for what you've done. This one, oh my, this does not feel quite so. It's
not as gray.
It's not as morally gray when you really think about it, you know.
I was gonna say, because I mean, yeah, no, it's understandable why she made the choice that she made, and I was gonna say, and not obviously knocking on her for that, because yeah, I mean that's your kid, but at the end of the day, it is the question. It's a trolley track.
Exactly, one
conundrum.
person versus a ton of people, you know.
Right, and so.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where like, eh,
And I don't personally like that as a plot device. Like that's not something that really compels me. I don't
yeah,
think.
it's kind of one of those things where if you don't really relate to the character, it kind of just falls apart on you, you know.
Yeah.
But okay, so what's this? Hang on, there's a memory right here. Let me see.
Tyna, closer than kin.
I don't know.
Take these files.
Yeah, hang on. I'm
Like I
listening
said,
to it.
I. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
listening to a memory real quick. Hang on.
Major vitae flows into her tower. Find the maintenance ports. One vial should suffice for each.
This voice is cracking me up. It sounds like kind of nasally.
Choke it, cut off her supply, and wreak havoc at the factory outlets themselves. But be wary. The red flesh is volatile, and unless all the flows are stopped, the constant cycle of pain and fear will continue, and our penance will not end. I know that if you succeed, the tower will fall, and we will not meet again in this world. But perhaps, if the true ancestors deem that we have atoned for this great sin, we may yet meet again in another place. All my hopes go with you. In all our names eternal.
So now they're just trying to kill the Empress off because she was just.
What in the name of God?
Ooh, that's kind of cool out there, though. I like the art style of this game a lot, too.
Yeah.
There might be a way to end all of this.
I was gonna say
But it doesn't sound
it's
like any of
technically
us
fine
would
and the visuals are good. I think just overall, to put it concisely, I feel like the world building and the story is a little bland.
Yeah, it is a little bland, definitely. Like, then again, I mean, yeah, we haven't finished the game fully yet, but yeah, this is kind of like the conclusion we're sort of drawing here. But, when the elevator stops at the top. Okay, so, God, how did I get to the elevator originally here? I kind of lost my way here, jeez. Oh god, I thought that was a monster breathing. I heard you yawn, oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. That's just me being afraid of cat. Okay, how the fuck do I get back to where I was before? This way?
Also, I think there's something wrong with your mic or the input somehow, because every once in a while it'll just start clicking, and I just heard it on the stream as well, so I don't think it's
weird.
something. Yeah.
Okay, I think like when I adjust it, sometimes it crackles a little bit. That's probably me just moving it. So as long as I don't move it, it should be okay.
Or no, it's like a audio feed, but it's like that it's like got a rhythm to it. It's weird.
Okay, maybe that's not me then.
I was gonna say, because it shows up, you know how when Discord does the
Audio glitching.
or no, it does the little green circle when you speak.
Mm-hmm.
It does that when it starts clicking.
Oh, weird. Okay, I don't know about
So it's actual
that.
like physical input.
Ew. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that and see. I've been wanting to get like a better mic anyway, so here we go. So maybe I'll just get myself a better mic. Okay, here we go. Let's actually see if this thing will fucking work now. Watch, it just goes down again.
It says no.
It just fucking drops again.
Fuck you.
It's just a major fuck you. Okay, I'm looking up the. There we go. Okay. Oh, flashback.
I can aid your companions, but you must stay until the child is born.
And she went against her probably.
One life against the rest of us.
Save Salim.
Tazzy, it has to be your choice. It's your life.
I can't, Hank. I can't. I'm lost, Alice. I will not give up this child.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when you look at it that way, it does kind of come off as a bit selfish, unfortunately, which.
I'm coming.
Are you still there, dude? You just listened to the cutscene, dude.
Oh yeah. I just got done with the cutscene, and it's doing that audio feedback again. I don't know why.
Really? Okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
I bumped my mic again for a second, so I'm not gonna touch it now. Let's just see what happens here.
I was gonna say if you go back and
Like re-listen
watch
to
this,
it.
you'll probably be able to hear it.
Let me see.
Because I think it is coming through on the stream.
That's weird. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, it might just be. I've heard it like something that maybe sounded like that just every time I adjust my mic, so I'm not touching it. Like I didn't touch it for the last like couple, like last like few seconds there. I'm just gonna see if I can just not touch and see what happens here. Oh, it's the monkey. Okay, I feel like this is like right near the end though, so I kind of just want to see if I can finish it out.
God,
Let's do. God, I hope so, right? This game is going on for so fucking long. Please load in game.
Also, I'm sorry if I'm coming off as like aggressively contrarian to this
Oh,
game.
no.
Low-key salty.
No, I totally get it. I totally 100% get it. I think it honestly just doesn't take much to impress. Oh my. Yo. He teleported somewhere, did he?
He said, bye.
Oh, this looks so cool though. Where the fuck did he go? I love how I have no sprint now, like literally no sprint. Oh, we're gonna have to go get another Vitae thing, aren't we?
We could
Probably.
get home.
Oh, that's convenient. We just go right back to
Find
Paris.
some more vitae.
That's
Just go
that's
the fuck
extreme.
home.
That's convenient. Just Paris right there.
Just yeehaw.
Yeehaw, let's go. That's very convenient.
Fuck the baby, just go home.
Yeah. I mean, I still have to go get Vitae, so like, I guess I could try to go pick up the baby along the way.
Nah.
Just get the Vitae and go. What the fuck? What the fuck ever. Everyone's. Whoa. Yo. What the fuck? This looks so cool. I hear the doctor.
She had no right to take the decision. She was thinking with her heart, not her head.
Dude, this looks so cool.
Damn you! Speak to me!
I see you, you piece of filth!
Oh, she mad.
What have you done with her?
You must listen. I'm trying to
Oh, she big mad. Oh, she big mad. Stop. Oh. Ooh. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Okay, feed us.
Oh, is it the goddess? Must be the goddess.
Mmm.
Ooh, my.
Tasty.
Oh yeah, that's her. Well, she just mangled that dude.
Have no fear, Tazi Trianon. I have no wish to hurt you or your child.
Then let us go! With the portal I can take her home.
She's not gonna let
She
me.
will die. You do not remember? The child will be born with a sickness. It will waste her to nothing. Here with me, she can live. Here, there is hope.
But we gave her the Vitae.
No! No, there's something I can do.
We did. We gave her the Vitae.
In Paris.
You
They-
know what happened to her sister. The illness is too deeply rooted. She will always need Vitae to live. And you do not have the heart to create it. I am sorry. Follow. I will take you to her.
I don't know. Is it because like I didn't take like the I didn't torture the guy in the worst possible way or something?
I saw the child within you. Only a germ, and growing. I could not let her die.
I love that she just sounds like Judi Dench.
Good for her.
I brought you all to me, so she could be saved.
Okay. This whole area is pretty cool.
I told you that
interesting.
Vitae would give her life, but that she must stay here. You did not listen. You would not give her up. You would have died in the desert. I had no choice but to make you into something I could control.
Oh, so did she turn us all into
I
monsters?
would care for her. I could be the mother I was meant to be.
Well, you're still taking my child,
You
though.
are changing, Tazzy. You are becoming a harvester. Soon you will forget she ever lived.
No.
You can do no more for her, but I can. You must let me be her mother. Here.
What the fuck? I never even got to hold her. Oh my god.
I'm here.
Aww.
I'm here, my heart. I've got you.
Oh my god.
Mama's here.
Comfort her. Feed her.
So basically, if you kill off the Empress, you're also gonna kill
You
Amari.
do not have much time. When you are done, leave her and come to me. I will ease your oblivion.
Jesus. So, I mean, what other choice do we have? Exosucher. Okay.
It's all right, little one. It's
Oh,
all
we're gonna
right.
get HD breastfeeding.
HD
Oh, yep. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
How did I get to this? If we try to go home, can I find a way to keep you safe? Or will it be Alice all over again?
Jeez.
But
What
to
is-
leave you here with her and all of those things that they have to do to keep her alive.
They would have to torture a lot more people to keep her alive.
What are we to do?
Yeah.
Hush now. Lullaby. Close your eyes, for sleep is coming. Hush now. Mama.
God, it is.
Don't.
God, it's still making me kind of emotional. Like, what do you do?
I know. I'm sorry.
Like, 'cause she's casually, like, did not have a bra on that whole time.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about that. I was like,
So I have to decide whether to leave her or take her with me, right? Yep, I can either just go to Paris or just leave her there. Okay, so in like if I'm trying to think if I were in this situation, I'm trying to think. I don't know how good of a life she would have if I left her here. That's the thing.
right. I was gonna say you have no guarantee that this goddess is actually gonna take care of her.
Exactly.
And also the fact that if she is going to do as she says that she's going to do, she's going to be torturing hundreds of thousands of people to keep your child alive.
Yeah, like what is that going to do for her if I mean this whole place is just a wasteland. She wouldn't be I mean, she wouldn't be happy here is the thing. And I think at the
Right.
very least if I took her with me even if she didn't live for very long, she would still be happy with me. I think with Tazi is what would be the case.
Yeah. I mean, if you both make it out alive, yeah.
Exactly, assuming that the goddess lets us go, which she might not.
Which she's definitely not going to.
She's probably not going to if she was okay with turning us all into monsters.
Right. Also, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
there is
Give us, please, give us one happy ending.
I was gonna say, because yeah, also you're turning into a harvester. Like you're
Exactly.
not going to be human.
Exactly. If I like, because. Exactly, because if I leave her here, it's not even like I leave her here, I'm gonna go home. It's I leave her here, I turn into a monster, forget everything I know about myself. And
But I think you're gonna do that either way.
that's a good point. So at the very least, if we could get Amory home, then could be happy in Paris and just live a normal, albeit probably short life.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thought. I just kind of want to take her with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't.
Confuse her. And you and I step out there and see what comes to us.
Please, Tazi. How can you protect her out in the world?
I don't
The
know.
disease will ravage her, as it did your other child.
Oh shit! Yep, she's gonna be.
You've given me no choice. I shall save her from you.
No. I'm fighting. I think I'm fighting. Am I? I'm pressing all the buttons.
Do not run!
No, I'm running. Fuck you.
Hear her, Tazi.
Shh. Be quiet. Don't cry. She's gonna hear us. There we go.
The signs were there from her conception. Her body will fail her. It is your legacy.
Shh. Baby, try. Be quiet. We're getting the fuck out. I think so. Yeah, we are. Oh shit. How do I? Wait, did I need to put that in there? To power up the door? That did fuck all. Okay. Oh god, I'm stressed again now. This is somehow more stressful than when she was pregnant. Shh.
Don't you worry.
This is somehow so much worse. Because now it's like, oh god, now it's like, you know, like this. I have this thing with me that can make noise. That can give us
Right.
away. Shit, which way do I go?
Vitae will keep her whole. You could not accept it. You chose to run.
Yeah, I did, but it's the least I can do after all of this that I've done. I just feel like if we couldn't save the crew, then at the very least we could save these millions of people. No. Shh. God, I keep just like shushing it like this is an actual baby. God, I'm a little too into it.
But I have made you one of my servants. Now you cannot take her from me.
Shh.
Now you cannot let her die.
It's fine. Am I standing? Yeah, I am now. Okay. Wait. Can I not? Oh god, how do I get out? Did I just make a whole circle? Oh my god, I think I did. No, I didn't, though.
I was gonna say, I think you're collecting vitae.
I am collecting vitae. Can I just like can I just steal as much as possible that's already made and then just stockpile it? And then just like hope
Possibly.
for the best?
I was gonna say, also,
Don't you?
are you supposed to be poisoning the Empress?
Am I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause
Oh
it looks
yeah.
like those would...
Those are the things.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get in though? I have to
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, that's the thing we're supposed to be poisoning with. So how do I get in there though? Because I took these out and it didn't work. So I mean... Wait. Thank you for actually remembering the story better than me. Oh, no, it did work. Okay, why did it not work before? The fuck? Okay, anyway. Yeah, no, you're right. We're supposed to be actually fucking poisoning her. Oh, no, wait, I don't have the items anymore.
Bro, what the fuck?
It went away. Wait, where did they go? I don't have them anymore. What do I do? Wait. Because they're not here anymore. Do I need to go back and out and find them? Wait, what? Okay, hang on. Let me make sure I didn't somehow fuck this up. How do I do the... So it seems like we're trying to fight back here. Oh, fuck, there's 3 different endings. Jeez. So yeah, there is a way to fight back here. I don't have the items anymore, though. That's the thing. It says just inject with the fluid, but I don't have them anymore. I don't know what happened to them. It says the way it's telling me, it sounds like I should still have them. Did I miss the items at some point?
I have no idea.
I'm missing the red fluid. Was there like items that I could grab back when she first had Amari? I don't understand. Okay, let me just double check. Maybe there was a part where I was supposed to pick him up and I was missing him for some reason. Okay, I can't find any information on it. There's just something in the lower factory. But let me see. Just trying to see if like there's anything that said like to do this. Yada yada yada. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't tell you any info to like don't forget to grab your items or something. Like there's none of that.
Right.
Like I don't fucking have them. So where then? How? I don't get it. Am I just supposed to not do I just not have them on hand? Shh, child.
Not now, little one.
Okay, I don't get like what do you want from me, game? Okay, well, I guess we better just get the fuck out, and maybe I can try to reload an older save once we're done here. Also, where the fuck is the way out now?
I shall save her from you.
No, you're not. Fuck off. I'm out. I'm leaving. Goodbye. No, wait.
Don't worry.
First. There we go. I'm out. This is just fuck you. I'll see if I can reload an old save. I'll just probably go back and just play it myself.
Oh, you're super valid also. I'm sorry I'm really quiet. I'm
No, it's okay.
about to fall asleep.
No, it's okay. I'm out. Piss off, bitch. Fuck you. Wait, no, hang on. I forgot how this worked, ma'am. Shit. Okay. No. We We out. We're peacing out from this bitch. Bye. Bye, bitch. We are blowing this popsicle joint. Nope, we're going back to Paris. Goodbye. Peacing out. Hey, we made it. Where are we now? Oh my god.
She's gone. She's gone. It's all right, Amari. She's gone.
Oh, good night, Yai.
Good night, Yai.
Oh, Christ. Where are we?
I really hope we're somewhere in the Louvre.
No, we're just in a fucking cellar.
Yeah, let me just dig my way out of the cellar here. Ugh.
I love the cask of Amantil.
I know, right?
I can't think of
Woo.
the actual.
Hey, we made it back to Paris. Paris.
And now it's time to turn into a harvester where you can actually kill people.
Yeah, my favorite. Oh, it's so pretty.
We're home.
I really want to see what everyone, how everyone reacts to this woman who just like fucking staggered out of a wall.
It's fine.
It looks like she's been through hell and back.
You're cold. I'll take care of you, my heart. Mama's here. Mama's here.
Is that it? Wait, achievement unlocked speedster, what? Achievement unlocked stoic. That's probably it, isn't it? Yep. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, why the fuck did I not have my items with me, though?
Bruh.
Because I was gonna try and kill her.
Bruh.
And the worst part is I don't know when I didn't have them. I don't know when I lost them is the thing. Okay, well,
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I mean that played out pretty close to how we expected it to.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. I forgot that there was also another option to kill off the goddess, so I don't really know how that would change it because it would really not change anything except for the fact that the goddess would just be dead.
Right.
Man, I'm just trying to just wrap my head around it. So, well, so there wasn't really anything new in those last few minutes before we started discussing it. It was pretty much exactly as we kind of expected.
The voice actress for Tazi, his name is Alex.
Oh!
The way that I spell it, I love
Oh my god!
That's the only thing I care about.
Oh, it says that Alice and Amari were voiced by the same child. Oh,
A child.
a child. Well, I don't know. I'm a little unsatisfied with that ending, not gonna lie.
I am very unsatisfied with the ending.
I was kind of expecting something a little bit more intense. Or just something else. I don't know what. I really wanted to do the. Why did I not have my items? Was it because I reloaded the scene and it deleted all my items from me or something like that?
That's because this game runs on.
It runs like a potato, like not gonna lie, but it's. I don't know. It's not a good testament to how well it's put together if I have to keep going into the fucking debug menu to reload the scene just to progress the game.
Literally.
I'm not really satisfied with that. It wasn't like worth it, I think. Or maybe it was kind of worth it. I wanted to see the ending, but at the same time it was like, I don't know if it was worth the trouble or not. I like Tazi though. I like Tazi a lot, and it kind of feels like a case of like, you're a good character, I just wish they put you in a better story. You
I
know?
was gonna say, yeah, the character was alright.
Tassie was decent. She reminds me a lot of Charlie, so I have a lot of like Charlie from Don't Starve, obviously. So I have a bit of a soft spot for her, but
She just kind of felt like a watered down Charlie to me.
yeah, exactly. She felt like just
Like-
like a piece of Charlie, but not the entirety of her. You know?
Right, like
They took Charlie's caring nature and made that into a character, but didn't really do anything else of what makes Charlie Charlie.
I was gonna say, I think it had the opposite effects on this. It endeared you to her, or endeared her to you, and then it kind of turned me off. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I feel like it just makes me want to write Charlie now when she's like the Gru and struggling with being the Gru, and I just want to write her now because
Yeah, I said, watched another gameplay of another end. There's a difference. The hands of your Tazi look different. Gameplay of this guy, Tazi's hands are horrible. The veins are black, but
oh, so do you actually do become more monstrous like the more times you die? That's interesting.
I was gonna say, and like, to
Hey,
me,
you're a little bit quiet here. Hang on, let me see if I can just skip the.
Sorry.
Here, I'm gonna skip the credit sequence here.
I took off the headphones.
Okay, yeah, no, the music's just like all dramatic, so.
More. Hold on, let me recoup.
Yeah, here, let me just exit out for a sec. So,
Oh, hold on, I do sound quiet as fuck. Hold on.
hey, so my achievement resisted fear and resisted anger. Tazi completed the story. Speedmaster completed the game faster. Wait, what? How did I complete the game faster than any frictional developer? And 0.3% of players have this issue. I was not playing that fast.
What?
What? I've been playing for. Oh my god, dude! It literally was like 14 hours of gameplay. Oh my god.
So how the okay, whatever.
How the fuck? Okay, whatever. I don't know. Providers.
I-
So I got the provider achievement, which I think was the ending. Escape to Paris with a daughter that must now be cared for. Well, I escaped with those cans of Vitae, so
Mhm.
that suggests like post story wise,
She'll be okay for a little while.
she'll be.
but-
Well, yeah, we have some stuff to sustain her with. Yeah,
but
I don't
almost in a
know.
way, that almost seems a little bit more cruel. Is let her grow up
Yeah, and then kill her off.
and then let her die. But I don't know. I feel like the
I'm frustrated with it because I
moral
think
question really fell flat.
it did. It wasn't quite so morally gray as compared to the first Amnesia.
Right.
This one just-
I don't
yeah.
think that they'll. Whatever. I'll send you a screenshot of this guy.
Oh
about
yeah,
the hand.
please do. Sorry, I
It
missed the
also
first
I
message.
was gonna say you said you got an achievement for resisting anger and fear.
I think it means like every time I got scared and stuff, I never let it take me over or something like that. I fought against
Right.
it each time.
So that might also make you more monstrous, letting fear and anger take over.
Yeah, like the
It
only
only got
time.
you in the scripted sequences.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say I did pretty darn good, like not dying to anything up until like the end, and then I think I died like maybe
Once
three
or
times,
twice.
probably like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. So I really only died 2 or 3 times. It was almost a perfect no death run, save for like the scripted parts, obviously.
Right.
But that probably has something to do with the fact that maybe she doesn't look quite so monstrous because I just didn't die as much.
Yeah.
What are some other achievements here? Let me see. Here, let me just take a look. And did you send it on Discord? Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Good night, Yai.
Oh yeah, her hands look super black. Oh my god, jeez. Yeah, that probably has something to do with it. I'm I'm frustrated with it mostly because I don't really like that there's multiple endings and there's certain things you need to do with each ending, but it doesn't do a very good job of explaining that to you. And I felt like I was
I was
kind of
gonna.
lost, especially when I just didn't have my items. I don't know when I lost my items is the problem. So I don't know at what point do I need to go back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I just walked past them and missed them. I don't know. It was because I had to go open the debug menu to actually like to refresh to reload the scene to actually get it to progress, if that like erased all my items that I had on hand or something like that. I don't know. Because I had none of my items left,
Right.
which I feel like maybe that was something having to do with the fact that I had to manipulate with the game
Mm.
to complete it. Which in that
Which
case is
is
still
some
kind of high
bullshit.
key bullshit because the game was literally not going to progress if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I feel a little cheated if that were the case.
I was gonna say overall, I just because of the performance issues and this direction that the story took in the back half, I am not super impressed by this game.
Yeah,
I
the technical issues
just
that I was having really knocked it down a few pegs for me for sure.
right
If it had run
and
more
just
smoothly, I would have been nicer to it in terms of like,
yeah
but yeah, the fact that it kind of dicked me over at the very end where I could not get the ending that I wanted, just really,
right, and I mean
it
also
soured it big time for me.
to begin with, it wouldn't even let you play at the very beginning. So
Oh
like
no, it wouldn't even bring me into the, it wouldn't even bring me into the first scene, the first opening scene.
so
Which it,
yeah,
it just feels really badly cobbled together, which is really weird because I never had any of these issues with the last two games.
right.
I don't know why this one is handling so badly.
I really don't know.
But yeah, that really frustrated me a lot, and I really didn't like that. It definitely just it did kind of like, it didn't ruin the experience, but it definitely detracted from the experience to the point where it just felt like I couldn't
Excuse
enjoy it
me.
as much as I wanted to.
But yeah, no, I definitely feel like it's one of those where you put a reasonably likable character in just a story that's just
Not so good.
okay at its best parts. It's like okay, I mean this
Yeah.
is interesting.
It's interesting,
Um,
but yeah, I don't know.
it
I feel like Tazi could have been more interesting if they just put her in a slightly better story. It felt
I was
like a
gonna say
little bit
yeah.
cut and dry and a little bit like,
Also, I really have questions about the pacing with finding Celine first. Um,
yeah, it felt like that they kind of dropped that really early on.
because like yeah, I mean, you could have guessed from you could see him being dead from a mile off.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like that was really my main motivation until, we learned that she was pregnant, that we were going to go and try and find her husband. And yeah, I do kind of wish that maybe he played a bit of a larger role, that maybe
right.
you
Because
could,
objectively, he was just kind of there, and then he just kind of wasn't.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, I
and I
really wish that
understand
he
in a
actually.
survival situation, obviously, you're not gonna have time to sit down and mourn. But like,
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely was kind of like a one and done really quickly, and I feel like maybe it could have been more interesting if
right,
maybe his life could hang in the balance too, possibly. Like maybe
right, and also like
maybe she could have been,
even
yeah.
narratively afterwards when she's encountering all of the other characters, he doesn't come up much.
Oh no, he's barely mentioned at all after a while. Like he slowly kind of peters out more and more over time until
Right,
he's really like he's not even mentioned again at the very end or anything.
right,
Which
and
which I get, like it's kind of he really got handed the dead wife syndrome in a lot of these
I mean,
horror
yeah, no, like they
games.
fully reversed it, but like,
Which love that, but also like Celine was actually a legitimately really good character, and I would have loved to see more of their relationship, honestly.
oh, absolutely, and like, I don't know. I think in subverting, the fridged wife, uh, you really have to go above and beyond. If you're gonna kill off the husband, that's fine. Like,
Yeah, but
um,
really,
you really need to make it a compelling, like, give me substantial woman pain, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I just feel like,
because
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
they
they
killed
just
him
did
off so early,
exactly
you kind of
what,
forget about him by the end because the game's so long, and then by the
right,
time it comes down for you to make that decision, it doesn't really feel.
right,
I mean, it's less like the decision at the end was difficult, and that one actually did make me pause and give it some thought. But her, it was the decision that we didn't see. Her deciding to sell everyone out.
Right. I was gonna say
That was
because
the
the
one that I
decision at
didn't.
the end.
That one
Oh, I'm
actually
sorry.
was legitimately more difficult, and actually, it made me stop and want to discuss it with you before I went through with it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but the
I was
one
gonna
that
say.
she did, that one didn't feel quite as impactful.
Yeah. No, the decision at the end is very much a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like
Yeah.
because if you think about either option too long,
What other? Yeah. There's no
there's no
one.
good answer. And
No.
obviously there's no good answer to the one that was off screen, but
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's easier. It might be easier to say, like, logically speaking, you would have done this, but it is very different
right.
when you're actually
I was
in
gonna
that
say, and
situation.
that is a very emotional
But
decision as
even
well,
yeah,
and that is entirely understandable. But I feel like
at the same
overall
time,
the
though,
story would have been a lot more interesting
yeah,
to follow the first adventure, how they all got there.
yeah,
Um,
it kind of suffers from the same thing that kind of all the Amnesia games do. That you see a lot more stuff that happened. You're actually there in the game after the fact,
right, and I
and
understand that that's kind of Amnesia's brand,
yeah, it is. It is Amnesia's
but
brand, but it kind of almost feels like it sort of detracts from the experience because I feel like it would have been way more interesting, like you said, to actually play through that first part and slowly watch your all of your crewmates start to turn into monsters and stuff, and just
right, absolutely, because
and then maybe
um,
at the very near the end, it's revealed that that's happening because you made the deal with this goddess.
exactly. I was gonna say now that would be very hard to script.
It would be.
Just because if you made that decision, obviously you would have your crewmates that are constantly reminding you, "This is your fucking fault."
Exactly
Like,
right. You'd have to maybe change it a little bit so maybe they didn't know or something like that, or they
right, like
thought one
that.
thing was
That
going to happen, but actually it was something else, and the character could still have amnesia. So
absolutely. I
it
was
would
gonna
have
say
to be the
you
crew
would have
not
to make
knowing
that
and your character not remembering until they get to the end.
right, and I was gonna say that I feel like would have been a much more compelling story because a lot of the emotional impact of losing your husband and losing your crew was really just kind of lost because you don't see Tazi interacting with any of them
No,
ever.
it's all just in written stuff and flashbacks and things, but you never
Right,
actually got to see
and
those physical
you have
interactions.
you have no time to bond with them. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, there's no time to bond them because by the time the game actually starts, they're all already dead.
they're all dead. Yeah. I
And the
was gonna
one thing
say,
that
and
they
I
never
mean, you
really
feel bad for Salim at the beginning because oh no, that's my fucking husband.
yeah, but
Like,
then like you really do kind of forget about him really quickly as the
right.
player because you're just focused on so much other stuff.
Right, and I really feel like that is basically the hallmark of this game is the characters are more or less forgettable. Like,
Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that they're not super memorable, and I think out of all three of the Amnesia games, I think the first one is probably still going to be the most memorable one.
oh, absolutely.
If
I
not
mean,
for
it.
maybe the characters, but just how well it did horror, I think. This one was good, though. I think that there were definitely some moments where I was very freaked out.
I was gonna say there was good imagery, and like I said, it has decent ideas.
Yeah,
I
but they
don't,
didn't.
and I
I'm glad
don't
that
know
it wasn't
anything,
like
but
confusing or vague, like a lot of other horror games were. I like that it did stick to its guns and didn't try to confuse the
right. I'm
player.
glad that we've kind of gotten out of the phase of trying to be smarter than your audience.
Exactly. I'm really glad that they didn't pull that, and I'm glad that it actually came to a logical conclusion that you could understand.
Right.
Um,
Um,
Maybe a
what was I gonna
tiny
say?
bit too predictable because we did kind of predict it pretty darn early
Literally
on.
like 2 hours
And
in.
I was kind of hoping for something else to be like some other little bit
I,
of information that we didn't know yet that would have been like, oh, that all clicks into place. There was never really that
oh
clicking
yeah,
into place moment.
I was gonna say, and like you can still do like plot lines like that where
Yeah.
you can see an ending a mile off.
Hmm.
Like I was gonna say, but if they were gonna do that, they should have paced it a little bit differently and made that kind of like a sub ending.
Yeah, it felt like it was a
Like
little bit too straightforward from a little bit too early on.
Right. I
but
was gonna say for
I think I don't know if I take that over. I mean, I'm glad that it wasn't trying to be just all cryptic and not really tell us
oh
anything.
no. I was
I
gonna say
do kind of
I
wish that
definitely would prefer this to that, but
Yeah, I do kind of wish that there was more stuff that had to do with the shadow and what Vitae was used for and stuff like that, because Vitae was
yeah,
used to like sustain life. They
the
didn't. I mean,
world
the world
building
building's a
was,
little shaky because like
I was gonna say,
Vitae
lazy
apparently
at
has a
best.
ton of different uses. It can power
Right.
machinery, but
Vitae can just do what the fuck
but it
ever.
can also, yeah,
Like,
they weren't really clear on what Vitae, like what limitations Vitae had, but then you could also inject it into fetuses and make them live, but it could also power stuff. So I was just like,
we're
what is it
injecting
exactly?
gasoline
What
into
can
a
it not
fetus.
do, you know?
Yeah, no, that is an issue when you world build with
Yeah,
uh
with all powerful
universes
stuff.
with, I was gonna say universes with a hard magic system. Um
This one had a little bit
and
more of a like it was more of a science aspect, it wasn't
it
full on magic. I mean, the goddess
but
was full on magic, so
I would just my own personal opinion, I would argue that Vitae is, it would fall under the category of magic because it doesn't follow any real world kind of, it doesn't have an
oh,
equivalent, it doesn't really have
no, not really.
any, so it's more or less a magic potion
Yeah, it
despite
basically
how
is
you
that can
get
just
it,
kind of do, yeah, it just can kind of do anything, and
do
I really feel
anything.
like they could have kind of explored that more and actually like give it limitations is the thing. I think it's definitely a big thing that needs to be done in world building like this is that you
God,
need to know the limitations of this world. What can it not do?
please give your magic systems limitations,
Yeah.
please.
Which
I am
I
begging you.
guess in this case for Vitae, its limitation would be it can't bring the dead back to life. But that's
But that
kind of really
is,
the only
that's
thing.
weak
Like even
sauce.
then,
That's
yeah.
weak sauce.
That's like really the only thing I could think of when just playing through that would be like could be the only thing that it would actually not be able to do, and I really don't know what else it can and cannot do.
I was gonna say, and I mean, like, I'm trying to think if I were writing it and they pitched me this concept. I mean, because okay, if you handed this to me, I think I would say, okay, so if you want basically this substance that can do fucking anything, you've given me a miracle tonic. It needs to be scarce as fuck.
Yeah, either scarce as fuck or have a major catch, which it does kind of have a
Right.
major catch, but it
The
doesn't
major
do
catch
anything.
being, you know,
You have to kill a lot of
you're
people to get
torturing
it,
people for it.
but it doesn't seem to hurt you if you take it. Is the
I
thing.
was gonna say there doesn't seem to be any negative effects on you, which in this kind of formatting, you need to show what it's doing to people,
Exactly, that's the
or
problem. It's
it
way
needs
too
to have
easy.
immediate consequences to you.
Yes, I think the problem was is that it was way too easy to distance yourself from the
Right,
moral
from
conundrum because
what
it
was
didn't give
happening.
you
If they had
any.
shown what you did to that person,
Yeah, the fact that it didn't even show us what it did to them and stuff, and like, which I get, like, is that sometimes you like to do that to like, um, kind of let your brain fill in the blanks and stuff like that. But like now that Amnesia is like
it.
a big budget,
I was
like
gonna say that
it
really was an
they
ineffective scene
yeah, it
in my
didn't make you
opinion.
feel for it at all. Yeah, it gave you way too much distancing, and along with the fact that you never really got to bond with the crew at all, you didn't really feel too bad
Right.
about what happened to them is the problem, and it kind of was
I
just. I feel like
I
going back to what you said before, if it let you actually play with the crew and interact with them and see the stuff happen to them, and then
even
force
for
you to
just
make the
like
moral
an hour or two,
yeah,
like that, I
and
feel
then it
like that would have
forces you
fixed
to
a lot
make
of
the
the issues.
decision of selling them all out. I feel like that would make it a lot
Or
stronger and a
even,
lot more horrific.
I was gonna say, or even keep that decision out of your hands as the player,
Hmm.
and have your character have made that decision off screen.
And yeah, it
Um,
just would fuck you up a whole lot more, I think,
right. I
because
was gonna say because okay, you get attached to these people, you are bonding with them, you're trying to survive with them, and you see these horrible, horrible things happening,
hmm
and you don't know why,
hmm
and you don't find out until the very end. Oh, I did that.
yeah, I feel like that would just it would hit you so much harder.
I feel like that would be a very impactful moment.
Hmm.
And so I I don't know. A lot of I think my issue with this game is that there is no emotional rooting,
Exactly. I was about to
and
say there's not enough an
in
emotional impact. It would be probably the biggest thing story wise that detracted from
and
it.
for that reason, to me, it feels very lazy.
Hmm.
Um, because there was no effort put into any of the social aspect of it.
Not really, no.
All of the effort was channeled into scary images,
Which, yes, it
and
is a horror game and stuff, and it did do some really good scary parts.
but see, the thing to me,
Even then, though, yeah, I'll talk about like the actual gameplay once we're past the story part here. But yeah.
I was gonna say that's what I'm caught up on. You know how I am.
Hmm. No, I totally
I was
got
gonna
you.
say
Like, yeah.
the thing for me, being somebody who likes to write darker themes, likes to write antagonists, right, likes to write in that kind of vein, is the thing that really makes something scary, the thing that really makes something, you know, upsetting, which
Hmm.
is the idea for horror, right?
Hmm.
Is that if you can't see yourself or someone you love or something you care about in these situations, they will not impact you whatsoever.
Hmm.
Watched a really interesting uh, conversation about the movie Get Out, um,
Mm.
and how at the Golden Globes, Get Out was classified as a comedy.
Really?
And the reason being is because the Golden Globes is overwhelmingly white.
Is overwhelmingly white, and it was, oh yeah, because it was about a
I was
black
gonna say it
person
is about
in a
the
horror movie.
a black person's experience with a white family, and
And of course the predominantly white people all just saw it as a
exactly.
joke.
I was gonna say, and see, the thing is for
Mm.
horror to be effective, for anything to be effective in storytelling, um, like I said, you have to have that emotional rooting, and there is this ability to distance yourself as a white person in the movie Get Out, and knowing that no matter how far your head is buried in the sand, you understand that what is happening to the main character is happening to him, if in at least some, if not all, because he is black.
Hmm.
And there is this part of you deep within that knows that will never happen to you because you are white.
Yeah, exactly.
And so a lot, Get Out is a great movie. I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
it's
and it is
yeah.
an excellent horror movie, and it is
But that is kind of the problem.
horrifying.
Like, if you can't put yourself in the character's shoes,
I was gonna say, and
it really
that is a lot
falls.
of the
It
problem.
it starts to fall apart really quickly.
I was gonna say, and I'm not saying that Get Out falls apart, because it absolutely does not. It is very narratively strong,
Hmm.
and watching it as somebody who is of a minority group definitely lends to making the main character more empathetic.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that is the reason all of these rich white people could not connect with the movie,
Hmm.
is because they knew deep down that they will never experience it, and
No.
the people talking about it were two black people, and
Yeah.
one of them says, and that's why I don't connect with slasher fix or slasher
Films.
films. I can't speak. Slasher films is because I know that my black ass is never going to be dumb enough to be caught trespassing on some white man's property, and I started laughing so fucking hard.
Snaps to
Um,
that.
she's iconic, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely kind
so
of one of those things, and
so this being horror having become such, because okay, let me get my head back on straight.
I'm kind of done with the whole fetal imagery in horror too, honestly.
Please make
Even
it
though
stop.
this one was definitely not as bad as it can
No,
get.
no, it wasn't like gross. It wasn't like, it's just like, okay, I guess.
I guess
Like
it's kind
it
of another one of those things where I think, especially if a lot of men are playing this game, they're probably not gonna really be going through. I mean, not really. I mean, obviously you can be empathetic and stuff, but it's like
I was gonna say,
I
I
don't
don't
really
know. Like
know.
even as somebody who is like, or was at one point physically capable of like having a child,
Mm.
I it didn't impact me at all. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, this is just kind of here.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Cool.
And that was kind of the same thing. Like, obviously I was motivated to go get the child and stuff like that, but
A
yeah,
child.
I don't know. It's like
Um,
it's cool that we have a yeah, it's rare that we have a horror game character who's a mom. I do think that that
oh yeah,
is a
no, that
unique.
that 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 is definitely a very interesting concept. What was I gonna say? But
Yeah, I just feel like
in
they good
oh, go ahead,
character
go ahead.
needed a better story to be in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Good
was
main
gonna say
character
because
needs a better story.
I think, in my opinion, there is a distinct difference between slasher horror and horror.
Oh yeah,
Um, and
one's
I
like
don't
just
think a lot
one's jump
of.
scares and bells and whistles. One actually gets underneath your skin and makes you
Oh,
terrified.
yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, and I'm not saying that one is inherently better than the other. No,
Hmm.
by no means. Each has their merits. Um, but I don't think that a lot of studios, a lot of writers have really figured out what makes either genre effective or either
Yeah.
subgenre effective. Um, from my again, it's purely speaking from experience and what I have read and watched and listened to, slasher horror really is basically. I mean, it's a simple kind of one and done thing. It preys on your fear of being prey, like,
Hmm.
and then that's understandable, that's natural. But so a lot of the imagery in a good slasher film or a good game is shock value and gore, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that.
Yeah, it really just kind of comes down to your
Because there
personal
are some
preference.
things that do that really, really well.
Hmm.
Um, but and then you have other genres of horror, such as psychological horror, um,
This one kind of Amnesia kind of
which
always sort of straddled the line between those two things. It did it. It always liked to
Amnesia
do a balance between
really wants to be
psychological.
psychological horror.
It wants to
It
be
really
psychological.
wants to be.
Yeah,
But
but
it
then
came
but
closest,
also throw in some actual monsters in there too.
right? Which, again, there's nothing wrong
It's
with
not
that, and there's
bad.
nothing wrong with borrowing from other subgenres. No, of course
I
not.
think
There is no
yeah.
such thing as a pure whatever. Um, but I think it got the closest in the first game as to figuring out
Yeah. The the
what.
the first game definitely I think had the closest to a perfect balance, I think,
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that.
because I
It
think it
kind
was
of
just
figured
simple
out.
enough.
Right.
It never
It
tries to
figured out.
be anything else than what it is, and I think that's what I
Hmm.
really appreciate about Amnesia, and I think that's why maybe it holds up so well still, is just because
Right.
it has such a strong identity. It doesn't try to be anything bigger, and it doesn't try to do anything grander than what the
Hmm.
immediate story is. And the immediate story is just a man named Daniel trying to remembering his past and what he did, and just gives you more and more bits of information until it gets you down until you get to the end, and then it
Right.
turns it over to you, the player, and just basically tells you you can now make the decision on Daniel's behalf, basically.
Hmm.
Are you deserving of justice, and do you think killing Alexander would be like enough to redeem yourself or not?
Right.
And I just think it does it so well because it keeps itself very well contained in that sense. And
Right.
Machine for Pigs is honestly just kind of its own thing. Like, I don't really include it in terms of like being important to the
I
lore or anything, because you really could probably play first Amnesia and then just come straight to this one. I really don't think you'd miss much.
I was gonna say, honestly, I think these all stand alone well enough. You could play them in any order.
Yeah, they're
Um.
not like they're not all super connected, which is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No. That I like that as a kind of overarching thing.
yeah.
It again a good concept.
It's a cool concept, and I see why people like it. And it was actually kind of cool to see them acknowledge more of the stuff in the first
Right.
game. I do kind of wish that they had more nods to Alexander and Daniel and stuff like that, and more information on where they came from. I really
Right.
thought it would have been cool. Could you imagine how much people would have flipped their minds if you actually met Daniel in this game, though?
Oh
Like, if
yeah,
you
or
found him in
found
that
him,
world, or just
you know.
found something that suggested he was there at some point. I feel like that
Oh yeah.
would have been really cool at the very least, like kind of a like then it would have actually turned into like a proper like sequel in that sense.
Right, right.
But
And
you
I
really kind of
understand
never.
wanting to keep it vague like that, and
Yeah, because that
suggesting
way it
that
still
this
stands
affects-
alone well on its own. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind
I-
of maybe I just had, that was just me sort of having different expectations, not necessarily like
Oh, no,
a
no,
bad
no,
part
no,
of
no,
it, you
no.
know.
I was gonna say, and yeah, Machine for Pigs and Rebirth really, really want to be psychological horror.
They
but
really do, and they almost try a
really
little
missed
too
the
hard.
mark. I was gonna say they really missed the mark both
They
times.
tried a little too hard at times. I think Machine for Pigs tried way too hard. This one didn't quite.
This
This
I
one
was gonna
wasn't
say,
quite as in your face about stuff, but was still a
No.
little bit like it had some imagery at times where it was just like, okay, you're towing the line of getting ham fisted here. And then we just have
Yeah.
fetuses in the sky.
Do what?
And then we just have fetuses in the sky, and that's when they
Yeah,
pretty
for
much
some
completely
fucking
jump the
reason.
shark.
I still haven't quite figured that out, but okay.
I think it's just to represent time passing or something like that, because
mean,
every time
I
we saw the
get
sky
it,
fetus again, the baby sort of changed, but
and we're in a weird like fever dream kind of state, but like
yeah, I don't know. That was kind of it was parts like that where it really tried to be like
Just-
a little too psychologically weird or weird and weirdly symbolic.
I was gonna say it didn't come off as symbolic; it just came off as unnecessary. Like
Yeah, it just felt like, hey, fetal imagery, that looks weird. Let's do that.
oh, remember your character's pregnant. Like
Yeah, it was a little bit like you could have done away with that. I feel like it would not have detracted too much from the story. Like we could have still easily have been. I mean, we still were
Right.
easily able to parse it together. That like every time she goes through this world, time seems to go faster.
right.
But that didn't
And-
really ever actually seem to affect the outside world, though. I noticed because the doctor and
Right,
Doctor
like,
and
okay,
Yasmin were
so
still
the
there,
first-
which would have suggested that they would have been there for like 9 months.
I was gonna say yeah. So what I think was happening, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Was she actually
but-
like turned pregnant the whole time?
No.
Okay.
I really think that they were trying to do something like The Island and Don't Starve, saying that time is accelerated in this pocket dimension kind of thing.
Oh, like maybe time accelerated for her, but not for everyone else.
not for everyone else, but that doesn't make any sense because no time visibly passed while you were in
The alien world.
the alien world. And
Yeah, so I don't really get because I was just thinking about that. I'm like, technically they would have
you
been there
can't
for
tell me
months
she was
on
solving
end.
puzzles for 9 months. Like
No.
no.
You can't tell me that everyone would have waited there at the tower for her for 9 months.
Right, so it's really suggesting that, this has been a couple weeks at most.
At most, it almost feels like maybe just a few days.
Right.
Because Salim had
And-
just died when she found him. She said he was still
Right.
warm.
And I'm still not quite sure why he wandered off. Did I just miss that, or
I honestly really can't remember. I think he was trying to come back to maybe find her.
I
And
But-
another thing I noticed that I realized that it didn't really ever explain is that it never really explained how she actually got back to the plane.
yeah,
Because she
no,
was
why
part of the
were we on
party who
plane?
left in the first place. So I don't know how she ended up back there with her memories lost. It never really
Right.
quite fully explained that. So-
Excuse me.
Yeah, anyway, so I could talk about the gameplay for a second before we go if you want.
Oh, I was gonna
The
say,
gameplay
yeah,
and
you
visuals
can
and just
do your
anything
thing.
not story related.
I was gonna say, I'm just like
You've
I'm a little aggravated with the story.
Same.
It just-
I'm disappointed that I didn't like it more because I was really interested in it. I had a few different ideas of where it would go.
Right. And like back on the time, the passage of time kind of thing. I really, the first time you contacted the doctor and he seemed really kind of shocked that you were
Mhm.
there. That's what I wanted to happen. I wanted him to be like, "Holy shit, we haven't heard from you in weeks, months."
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I wanted him to be
what
like,
I was kind of expecting and I was kind of wanting. why Tazi just keeps dipping out of existence for
And
months
just
at a
coming
time.
back, and no one seems to think that's weird, you know?
Right. I was gonna say, well, by the time that you contacted him the second time, I realized that that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
They didn't seem to
that's
be
what I
perturbed by the
that
fact that, like, she had an entire baby in, like, a few weeks, too.
and like yeah,
They didn't seem to really be too concerned about that either.
I was gonna say it just and I yeah,
I
the
don't
whole
really
thing with the
like.
crew was just
It
badly
wasn't handled
handled.
super well, yeah. I'm not huge on the whole weird accelerated pregnancy thing, too. That just kind of comes off as strange. Like, I get it, you don't want to have to drag the timeline of a game out for
Oh, for
9 months.
months. But also at the same
But they
time,
didn't
like
really explain it super well. And that, like, the only really reason we knew that was through a little piece of paper that we read, which I feel like could be pretty easily missed. So a lot of people
right,
might like not even know why this is even happening either. Which I feel like that would, by the fact that it doesn't really ever fully explain it outright to you, it would probably leave a lot of people
right.
feeling a lot more confused.
I was gonna say, and all I mean, I feel like you would pick up on it eventually, but it's just
It's not explained super well in the actual game, though.
right. The vibe that I overwhelmingly get from the storytelling in this game is just kind of lazy. Like
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of the
its
whole
own
like.
internal logic doesn't make sense a
No,
lot.
and I think it leaves a little bit too much information to be hidden in text and notes and stuff.
Right,
That
and
I feel
I feel
like
like that's something that's hmm?
it struggles with that whole balance of showing, not telling, you know. And sometimes I think it maybe
Absolutely.
tells you a little bit too much because instead of showing it to you, because I feel like a lot of this would have been more interesting if we actually had been able to experience it.
Right, I was gonna say, and I feel like that's definitely a crux of games where they want 99 of your experiences to be solitary, and there's nothing wrong with those
Yeah,
kinds of games. No. And they
that
can be very well done,
it
but
is. It
I
is a
feel like that is
limitation that they did kind
definitely
of set themselves up for, especially for a game like Amnesia, where the whole theme of the game is that you don't have your memories and you're all alone. You know.
exactly. So it I really kind of hope this is the last one.
Same. I was gonna say I don't really know what else they could do with it after this, and I was about to say in a kind of a similar note, I feel like almost Rebirth maybe could have been a little bit better if it were its own standalone thing, not connected to Amnesia.
Right, like
Just because, yeah, just because it would give you more of an opportunity to play around with the story more instead of kind of having to be locked into this one element where the character has amnesia.
right, and like again, like we said for this one, and like we said for Machine for Pigs, it would have been interesting if you had reframed it.
Yeah,
You can
like
still have the character be an amnesiac, but
just reframe it just a little bit. You wouldn't even
reframe
have
it.
to really change the story. Like, I
You
think
could
like our
just
ultimate
shift the
takeaway.
time where this one took
Exactly.
place, literally to a few weeks before.
Yeah,
Like,
that's for us. Like ultimately, we think that the story would have been more interesting if it had just taken place when everything had, or like, yeah, just a few weeks prior.
I was gonna say, and then objectively, you could actually pad out the runtime a little bit more because you're getting to know your crew, you're getting to know who you like, who you don't like, you're getting to know your husband, your own history.
Hmm.
Um, I, I
And
I really
then
think
everything goes
a
to shit.
weakness of this game is definitely the fact that you're learning your own history as you go. It makes it very difficult to emotionally connect to anything that's happening.
Exactly, and
Um,
I think that's why it works so well in Amnesia and not so well in all and in these, because it's basically trying to tell two stories at once, essentially.
right. And like the fact that you're learning your own the fact that the history that you're learning doesn't have much to do with what's going on.
Not
Um,
really. I mean, like, yeah, the daughter dying did have a lot to do with it,
I
but
was gonna say it felt very much to be in the same vein as Machine for Pigs in that it's trying to explain your character's motivations.
then it still kind of expects you to want to side with them because you're playing with them,
Right,
you
but
know?
I was gonna say, and now definitely Rebirth is not nearly as guilty as this. Guilty
No,
of
Rebirth
this
did
as
a lot
Machine for
better, and I
Pigs.
had a lot more fun
Machine
playing
for
it than Machine for
Pigs,
Pigs.
I didn't give a shit about the player character at all.
Oh no,
Like,
Mandus is a fucker. I don't like him at all.
like
This one I
no,
actually gave
no.
a shit. I actually cared about this character,
I was gonna say,
you know?
like I said, I like Tazi well enough. She's an interesting concept, if a little one-dimensional.
A little bit one
Um,
dimensional. Like I said, I feel like she would have just been better in a different game with a slightly different story.
right. I was gonna say, and she's definitely. I don't want to single her out as being one-dimensional because the whole game is one-dimensional.
Yeah,
All
the
of the
whole
characters are
game is a little bit
one-dimensional.
one note. There's not really a whole lot of depth to any of the characters,
I
unfortunately.
was gonna say because you have okay, so you have
You
Tazi,
got the
the pregnant
nice,
lady, who is sad because she lost her baby, and then you have Salim, who is the sweetheart husband who has never done anything wrong ever.
and he gets, of course,
But,
he gets axed off in
and
the first like
he
half an
gets
hour.
canned immediately.
Immediately, of course. Then you have the
And
children
then
who are just kind of supporting characters. You have the
the
Leon
children
dude
who
who's
just
an
can.
asshole.
Yeah, I was gonna say
The
you have
queer
your asshole
characters there
character,
who
you
are
have
killed
Leon
off
that
just
nobody
for
liked.
straight pain.
Yeah, you have
The
your gays
nice,
that you handled so poorly.
the nice
Um,
guy who was
you have
genuinely
Hank,
nice to Tazi, who also just gets killed off for man
right?
for women pain. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say you have Hank killed off immediately because it needs to be the black man, doesn't it?
of course, it has to be. It
Um,
also Yasmin, who I think was also not a black woman, but just a woman of color, who
a
also
woman of
got
color
axed and turned into a
who,
monster.
right? And so,
Yeah,
and
he
then
never got to bond with any of them was the problem. I think if you had gotten to
no,
bond with them, it would have made all those experiences much more upsetting because you had bonded with these people, but we never got to bond with any
exactly.
of them, so it didn't really emotionally get me at all.
Oh yeah, because everything that you knew about these characters you were learning from flashbacks and text. And
Yeah,
that is very, very different. Somebody telling you that you've had all of these experiences with these people other than rather than seeing them.
right.
Even if the flashbacks had been animated,
Oh
like
yeah,
I was gonna say if they had just been rendered, like the rest of the fucking game, like
yeah, and actually like you instead of just showing you like an image, you actually could go into
you could actually
it would
go
actually flash you
into
back into that scene. That would actually would be really
mhm.
cool because it would give you like it would put you in the shoes a little bit more at the very least.
Exactly. I was gonna say you could still tell the same basic story with the same basic framing, um, but you would actually get the chance to interact with these characters and see these characters and give a shit when they die.
Exactly. I feel like I had no emotional connection to any of the crew
No,
members except for Salim because Salim was sweet, but even then like it's you
yeah,
kind of
and they
you get over his death pretty quickly.
right because it's like oh no, and
Oh no,
then they have other
husband.
things to focus on.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of takes you out pretty quickly.
I was gonna say and like to the point between like slasher horror and psychological horror, it wants to have a psychological horror plot line with nothing but slasher imagery
That's a really good point because that's
and
definitely how it
slasher
felt like
characters.
in slasher characters that are very kind of one-dimensional,
I was
unfortunately.
gonna say because I mean the point of slasher horror is you're there for gore, you're there
Yeah.
for kind of campy, kind of you take it seriously and it is scary, but it's not. You can definitely distance yourself from it more.
Yeah.
Um, and there isn't supposed to be some big, emotional reveal. Uh,
No, it's just
and
people
so,
getting axed off.
yeah,
It's
and
more of
that's,
the
the
thrill of
fun of
like
it.
seeing who makes it to the end and stuff like that, and seeing
Yeah,
who
yeah,
dies off. And
absolutely. And then, but you want to have a psychological horror plot line, but you put these one-dimensional characters in these pretty one-dimensional images. I was gonna say a lot of the imagery in this game, minus the sky fetus, is pretty good.
oh
The
no, like the
environments
monsters were a lot of
were
fun, and the
pretty
environment design
cool.
was really well done. There was some parts where it was legitimately confusing that I probably would not have figured out on my own for sure. And
Yeah.
I wish there were some parts where I did wish it was a little bit more obvious as to what you were supposed to do.
Oh yeah, no. The
Amnesia, at the very least, I mean, Amnesia still kind of suffered from that too. Machine for Pigs, I never had to look anything up. But that was just because you were kind of just on rails the whole time.
or
But
literally.
yeah, I don't know. There were some parts where I feel like it could have been a little bit more. Maybe just like I feel like they took away the element of having items glow, which made it way easier for me to walk past stuff all the time. I walked past a lot of stuff that I just happened to miss because it wasn't standing out at all to me.
Right.
And that might have just been
And
me, but
oh no, they didn't make things obvious at all. And like I definitely understand, wanting to keep that immersion.
at the same
Um
time, though, it gets very unfun pretty quickly if you can't, like, if you're just
if you
kind of
can't
going
figure out
around in
what the fuck you're
circles.
supposed to be
Yeah.
doing. Because and also in a game like this where it's not realistic and it's not, you know, I think it suffers from taking itself a little bit too seriously, and for that
Yeah.
reason, some of the gameplay suffered because it wanted to be so immersive.
Yeah, like, oh no, you actually have
Um,
to physically stop and move this rock in front of this door while a monster is
no,
about to right up your ass. That was the
it
one time
literally.
I died too. Like, that was like the second time I died to a monster, and it was for kind of a BS reason.
Oh yeah, and I would
Like, I
definitely say
get
that there are
immersion and all, but
ways
it's
to.
also like, move.
I was gonna say there are ways to do things like that that don't entail trying to fight your shitty physics engine.
Exactly. It was very much fighting the shitty physics engine there, and I didn't really appreciate that much.
And so you
The
could
physics engine
make it
feels
a.
worse in this one, weirdly enough. It was harder for me to pick up objects and throw them in this one for some reason.
Yeah,
It felt
no,
way more natural in the first Amnesia. And I can't really say much for Machine for Pigs because there was fucking nothing to pick up. So the first Amnesia definitely had like the best physics engine. Like I could catch stuff falling in the air and stuff. This one, like I couldn't pick it up and just turn my mouse and fling stuff. It would just kind of put stuff back where it was set originally, and I had to kind of,
right.
it did not feel as natural or as fluid because of that.
Yeah, no, I wanted to like this game, but I really don't.
Yeah, no, and that's totally valid. I think out of all of them, I feel if I had to like label them from like
It would
favorite
go
to
like
least
one,
favorite, it would
three,
be
two.
Amnesia, then Rebirth, and then Machine for Pigs.
Yeah, no. I definitely agree that Machine for Pigs is definitely the weakest link
Yeah,
in this trilogy. I
it's not
just
bad. I had fun playing
it
it, but
I was gonna say
there's no replayability.
it's not
There's
awful. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, don't
No,
play
it's
this.
not
But
terrible. It,
like,
it definitely has some fun elements to it, but yeah, I would say if you wanted to like to get the best true horror experience, I'd say play the first one.
yeah, and it.
And then if you like the first one, play this one too, because what the heck?
I don't know. No, you're
If you
valid.
like the first one, there's probably gonna be something in here that you'll like.
I know myself, and I know that I get really frustrated with shitty storytelling.
Oh, and that's okay. It's a good thing to be able to pick to detect shitty storytelling.
Oh yeah, and it just I know that I'm a tough critic. I know that.
That's
Like
okay though. You know what you like.
I know what I like, and I like for my plot lines to make sense.
Exactly. I don't think that's too much to ask.
And
So
yeah.
oh yeah, what was that? Sorry, I was gonna go
Oh,
off on a tangent about like the
oh no,
gameplay and the
you're good. You're
monsters and
good.
stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think for this, in comparison to the first Amnesia, because honestly, there's nothing really anything comparable to Machine for Pigs, because that game was definitely, like I said, the weakest one out of all of them. So this one, I think the transitions between monster infested areas and non-monsters infested areas was a lot more cut and dry, and it was a lot more obvious when there was a monster in there with you as opposed to not. And there was a lot more time spent solving puzzles, and there was very like not very many times where you were in actual danger and stuff like that. And I think that
Right.
it was very obvious when you were in the realm of a monster and when you weren't. And I think that the first Amnesia definitely did it best, where you did not know when a monster was going to appear behind you, because it was scripted so perfectly that it felt natural. Because there were definitely some parts where you would pick something up, and then a monster would spawn behind you or something, or spawn like in the room next to you or whatever, and you could hear it outside. And
Mhm.
like the one time I think you were talking about when we were hiding from the monster, when like the grunt first appears, like second or like the first or second time the grunt appears, I picked up an item and then you hear it spawn outside the room. I legitimately did not know that was a scripted event. I actually did not know that it was scripted until I looked up like horror compilation reactions of Amnesia, and there
Mhm.
was like a compilation of reactions of that one part, because I
Right.
did not know that it was scripted. This one you could definitely tell when the monsters were meant to appear, and you could definitely tell that it was scripted, and I think that it detracted
I
a little bit because it never really felt like you were in constant danger. You were just in parts with
right.
danger. Whereas the first Amnesia, you really never knew what was going to be behind every door and stuff, and I was a
Mhm.
lot more uncertain about when something might show up.
I was gonna say I think
And the monsters were, decently. scary and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
I don't know. The OG Amnesia monsters are, I think, still the scariest in my personal opinion.
I love Humphrey.
I love Humphrey. It's just because they look fucked up in like the
I was gonna say,
perfect way, though. Nothing really
I
has
was
ever
gonna,
come close to their designs yet.
yeah, I would definitely say that there were some interesting designs in this game, but nothing really jumped out at me as, oh, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, the
Um,
only time I had any moment of like, oh, that's cool was when the harvesters appeared, because that was actually a unique mechanic that I had not seen in any Amnesia games when they just
right.
shined their light at you and you had to hide behind objects. That actually really encouraged you to use the environment. Because before that there wasn't really anywhere to hide
No,
when encountering the
they
other
definitely seem
monsters.
to have forgone that particular,
It just
uh,
basically just kind of told you to run, you know?
yeah, and you could eventually outrun them, which, like, that's not very scary.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was. I did find it was pretty easy. As soon as I had kind of a clear shot,
Right,
I
you
could
were
just book
fine.
it and I would be okay. And it did change once we got to the harvesters, but it does kind of suck that they did sort of show up pretty late in the games
Yeah,
because they were actually
and
legitimately frightening. And they were kind of like if you got caught in their light, you were pretty much dead. So the stakes were a lot higher, and their design was
right.
cool too. They were out of all of them, they were probably the most interesting.
Hmm.
Not really like
I don't
scary.
like their mouths.
Neither do I. They weren't quite as scary because of that, because I was looking at them, I'm like, oh, that's actually a really fucking cool monster design because they just looked kind of like Dementors.
It's just kind of spooky.
Yeah, they were just kind of, they were just, they felt like a good, proper, spooky monster.
Right, like,
And I liked their lance. I liked their lights that they used to shine around to search for you and stuff like that. The
mhm.
fact that they could teleport and stuff, so you didn't know where they were gonna appear, and like the mechanic of having to hide under the water was really good. I liked
Yeah,
that.
that was a cool sequence.
That was fun. That was like the first part where I felt like I was genuinely like, not that I wasn't having fun, but like that was the first part where I was like,
I was
oh,
gonna say,
this is
because
like
that
cool,
really
you
kind
know?
of put you properly in between a rock and a hard place.
They did.
Um,
It was either poke your head up to get some air and risk being caught or drowning underwater, and that was done
and
very beautifully.
I was gonna say, and for a lot of games in this, or for a lot of games in this genre, it really kind of comes down to that, because a lot of times where it's just like, oh well, I can just run, or I can
Yeah.
just do this,
It didn't
and
give me very
they
many
won't
hiding
see me, or
places.
but yeah, no, you have to have an element of danger in both options.
Right.
Um,
Right. And it was
in my
pretty easy. Like,
opinion,
yeah, it was pretty good most of the time for pointing you in the direction you needed to run. And then once you ran far enough, you could just lose them
you
pretty
were
easily.
fine, right?
Yeah. And
Um,
the danger element wore off pretty quickly because of that, I
right.
think.
And a note on the, I mean, I guess they were turning into harvesters,
Yeah.
I guess.
I
What,
guess.
like the designs of Hank and Leon,
Yeah.
they really, really, to me, just kind of came off like they were trying to be the Wendigos from Until Dawn.
Oh, yeah, I did kind of get, yeah. Yeah, I know
That's
what you
just kind of
mean.
what they looked like to me, and I mean, like, yeah, that's just
Just
kind
kind
of
of
the
looked like
emaciated, kind of
emaciated, slightly too tall, sharp teeth, and those
slightly too pale,
slightly too
kind of.
pale, and that was, yeah, it wasn't very unique, and I think that's something
No,
that kind of they
I
weren't
wasn't
memorable,
scared
not
of
like the
them.
OG Amnesia monsters that have such memorable designs. I think is because they just look
Right,
so fucked up.
right.
And
I think
yeah,
there
there was nothing
definitely
about those
is.
ones that really stuck out to me that made them look iconic in any way. They just kind of looked like sort of run of the mill scary horror monsters, which is why I think I liked those phantom thingies at the end because they actually looked a bit more unique and they actually had a bit more of a
Right, they
unique
were
mechanic. And you
distinguishable,
couldn't
and
just
it's like,
run.
oh, okay, that's kind
Yeah.
of spooky.
And you couldn't just run from them. Like, I tried to run from
Right.
it, it didn't work.
I was gonna say, and like, oh fuck, I had a train of thought. Come back, please.
Yeah, so that's just me talking about, like, the gameplay element. The exploration aspect was more fun.
Yeah, no, I liked
The
that it did
environment
let you
design was really
explore
nice.
a little bit more. I think definitely though, on the note of the scripted events being a lot more seamless in the original Amnesia, the environment being so contained definitely
Yeah.
lended itself to that, because at the end of the day, you're in this building.
And yeah, and you're in the same building, so it makes sense for everything to look the same throughout. So it stays
I was
very
gonna.
unified because of that. This one
It
was
stays
obviously
very
not quite
uniform,
as
and also,
unified.
I was gonna say the thing about it all being in the same building is that everything that's in the building at the beginning is in the building at the end. Like
Right, that's a very good
they're
point. It's all there.
always
They're always
in
there.
there. I was gonna say
That's a really good point.
something about this game with so many the different environments that you go through, you can kind of like I said, you can kind of pick up on that sense of okay, there's something in here, and I should be worried. And
Yeah.
then
And
other
then, okay,
points
there's
where it's
nothing in
like
here.
I am perfectly fine.
Right. It
Like
was very obvious when the monster would come in. It was very obvious when you knew you were safe too.
right,
And yeah, I think
and
there was definitely more time spent being safe than being in danger too in this game. Like it took
right.
kind of a long time to actually encounter the first monster
Hmm.
too. Like it took a hot second. We were in there for like a couple hours at least before we actually encountered any monsters for the first time.
Right, and like
And yeah, like I
that's
like
not
this.
inherently a bad thing.
No, like they were kind of doing the slow burn and stuff, which was fun.
I was gonna say, but I feel like if you kind of do that in a game that you are selling as something that is properly psychologically terrifying,
Yeah, it does
is
take it might turn off a couple of first time players if they're like a couple hours in and they're wondering, okay, where's the actual scariness?
where the
you
fuck
know?
is the monster?
Yeah, where
I
is the
would argue
scariness?
though that could be effective if you just slowly turn up the presence more and more and more and more and more and more until it is overwhelming.
Yeah, and that it didn't really do that, not a lot. It kind of
No.
just sort of like, wait, okay, monster, okay, wait, monster, and just kind of just,
Right. Like
peppered in the monster.
if you're going to do that kind of like a slow burn kind of thing where you slowly come into these environments that are more and more populated by uh enemies, is
Just go balls
yeah,
to the wall with them.
you should basically do that. Like okay, your first encounters, they're pretty sparse, they're pretty spread out, and also that just is kind of like a level progression. As you slowly come into more infested areas, you're having to be smarter about how you move, the environment that you are in, and how the enemy operates.
Yeah, there wasn't really like any progression with any of the enemies or anything. They didn't really have any super unique mechanics and stuff.
Right,
The
and
one where you had to like the part where you had to travel through like the area of them all sleeping was kind of cool because that's something I never had really seen before.
right,
But
and
that
I
never
mean,
came back again.
it kind of gave me a similar vibe to the blindness trial, um, in Hellblade, trying to navigate through with limited visibility and trying to be really fucking stealthy. Um,
Yeah, even those sections didn't last very long in that
no,
one, and
no,
it just
I would have definitely like
yeah.
had an
I
entire
feel like
stage like that.
yeah,
Um,
I feel like they could have done more unique stuff with avoiding monsters and stuff. It very kind of much came down to just run away pretty much every single
right.
time. And it didn't
I
really
was gonna
start to
say,
get unique until the very end where you had the monsters that use the lights. And so I would have
hmm
loved to see more unique mechanics when it came to avoiding monsters, I think.
right, and I will definitely say to sing Hellblade's praises,
Oh,
as
please
I
do.
always do. Um, is what made the blindness trial in Hellblade so terrifying is that you are suddenly deprived of your weapon. You
Hmm.
have had a weapon this entire game. You are
Oh, and you
in the
suddenly just
last
feel
quarter of the game, and it suddenly takes away your only defense.
and you suddenly just feel so naked.
And you're so naked because if you get got, you get got.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's it.
um, and so I definitely understand the appeal of horror games where, you have nothing, you can only run and hide. But I feel like it's starting to really just become played out as a genre just because, or a
Because so many
subgenre.
people have been doing it.
So many people have been doing it, and there's not really kind of any original take on it. And
Yeah,
really, I don't know, because
I feel like they need to evolve if they want to keep doing weaponless horror games.
weaponless
Maybe let
games,
your character use more of the environments to fight back against monsters. Because I
right?
do know that
You
like with
need to,
Amnesia, with the first Amnesia, it was so part of why it did so well was because it was one of the first horror games to be like, you know what? Let's take away all of your methods of defense, and the only thing you can do is run and hide. And
Right,
now
like
so many games have followed suit that we kind of need like a new
a new kind of.
concept,
I was gonna say, and
a new
I
riff on
really
it.
do like that because it is the concept of you don't realize how scared you are until you can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Like,
So I think, yeah, it worked for the first Amnesia because that was kind of the first time you're in a horror game
exactly.
without any means of
And
defending yourself. And now
and
it's kind of like, okay, we need to do something else here. Like give him a weapon and then take it away, like you said. Or
right, I was gonna say because that is a very that is an absolutely terrifying feeling. Is it, you kind of get comfortable in the okay, things can sneak up on me and things are a lot stronger than I am.
but running away
But
usually works pretty
I
well.
do have a fighting chance.
Hmm.
If I can smack it a good couple times.
Right.
Just the balance in Hellblade is so good.
It's so good, dude.
Because yeah, no, the enemies are objectively they can basically 1, 2, 3 and you're dead.
Hmm.
Um, but you are a lot faster than they are, with the exception of fucking Valravn. Fuck that guy. Um,
Fuck Paul Robin.
fuck that dude. But so yeah, you're a lot faster than they are, but you don't hit nearly as hard, and you are a lot weaker physically, and so that fear is always kind of there. If you get ganged up on, you're fucked.
Hmm.
Um, and but you kind of do get comfortable as long as you're decent with the combat system. You'll probably be okay. But yeah, so when they just suddenly take away your weapon in the middle of the game, that's terrifying.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you remember me just having a fucking panic attack going,
Oh.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
yeah, it was terrifying. I love it.
I was gonna say, and also just couple that with you can barely fucking see. Like,
Hmm.
you can only see like the vague shapes of these you have no idea what they even are. Like, you just know that if it gets you, you're not gonna have a good time.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I really do think that this is just evidence that a new wave is needed in the horror genre in
Yeah, there
games.
needs to be something else that hasn't really been
Because
explored as
to
much because it does kind of feel like we're sort of tapping this a little bit dry.
right, I was gonna say because it made the good point. To really feel fear, you have to have had hope, and so just starting you off absolutely hopeless with
Doesn't really
nothing
give
to
you.
defend yourself can only get you so scared.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, no, I'd be really curious to hear other people's reviews on this game as a whole, and I'm just getting kind of tired, so.
oh no, you're super bad. Let's see where
Um,
the fuck is my phone? My phone has just yeeted into non-existence.
that's fine.
Oh fuck. I just want to see if anybody's like posted a review on like Google.
Yeah, no. I definitely like don't regret spending the time playing it, and I think I will if
No.
I can try to just get all the other parts of it uploaded to YouTube just for the fun of it, just so people can see us go through it. Um,
It's got a 7 out of 10 on Steam and 82 on Metacritic.
yeah, that's probably right
Um,
around where I would put it. I don't think it'd be quite deserving of a 90, but I'd
no.
probably put it in like an 80 range. I don't think it's quite as bad for like a 70. I don't know. Maybe
Let's
the fact
see.
that I struggled with had the technical difficulties would probably knock it down to a 70 for
Yeah, I was
me.
gonna say that's just fucking
But
annoying.
if it went smoothly, I'd probably give it like an 80 something.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Looking
no.
to see what people have said
The
about
fact
it.
that the technical difficulties were so bad and that I never really received any help from aside from the person who just told me just to literally just have to basically go into the debug menu myself, which was
Yeah,
fine.
no,
I'm
that
glad
was
that was the case, but I'm not upset that I'm upset that it had to come to that basically to be the solution.
You're valid. I was gonna say I like this headline from Eurogamer. Amnesia Rebirth review: an impressive horror game subversion that sadly runs out of steam. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that.
that's basically it. It runs out of steam.
I was gonna say because the beginning was interesting. I was definitely very interested to see where it would go. But
It did
yeah,
kind of
no,
just
it
it fell
definitely
flat.
it had a really strong opening, and it just kind of puttered out by the
It
end.
did. It did put her out like a lot.
And I think that's
That's
all I
really
got
all
to
there
say about
is.
that.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
don't have much else. I think that
no,
yeah, I'm just kind of I'm a little bit not really bummed out by it. Like I'm not upset that
I'm
I
not.
played it
I
or
was gonna
anything
say
like that.
I'm not upset.
I'm a little bummed out that it didn't really go where I wanted it to, or just didn't go as far as I wanted it to, I suppose. Time to time to write an AU where she meets Daniel and the two of them can just trauma bond together. And Daniel
Time
also
to just
trying
write an AU that this took place 2 weeks before.
yeah, literally 2 weeks before, everything else pretty much plays out pretty much exactly the same. And then we can just throw Daniel in there because him just seeing a woman in pants is hilarious.
Just going, what the fuck?
That's like, oh, that's a woman. That's a woman wearing pants. Oh no, just aggressively avoiding eye contact.
A la Will in Fantasy AU.
It's like the Mary Poppins where he's just sort of looking down and she just kind of comes over and just sort of looks with them like, are you looking at something?
It was just.
It's just like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just got something in my eye.
Everything's fine. Everything's
It's
fine.
fine. I have been gone for an entire fucking century. Jesus Christ.
Crowley just waking up and going, oh.
Oh, what fucking year is it? Oh.
Oh, they can wear pants now.
They can wear pants now.
Good for them.
Good for them. That's Daniel. It's turned into a comedy series. Now it's automatically better.
I was good. If there is a way to laugh at it, I will.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. Just let all these characters just meet up with each other and be like, what the fuck is your
What the
problem?
fuck is happening?
Well, I did some pretty fucked up shit. Join the club.
Yeah, they're all just like, yeah, same. Cheers, I'll drink to that.
Cheers,
bro.
I'll drink to that, bro. Let them all just like hang out and just have a couple beers.
Literally. They're just all out here like, yeah, okay, everything is awful.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really acknowledge anything with Machine for Pigs because, yeah, that game is.
It's definitely the one that I dislike the most.
Oh yeah, so like, just let Tazi and Daniel just trauma bond.
Right. I was gonna say, I would definitely say that I very much do not like Machine for Pigs.
No, I didn't really like it either.
Rebirth, I was gonna say, is just kind of
I dislike it slightly less.
I was gonna say, I definitely would not put it in the same category as Machine for Pigs.
No, it's not as bad as Machine for Pigs, but probably not as good as you.
I would say.
I'm
just
glad
in
that
my
glad that we
own-
got this over with finally. Though I was just like, oh my god, this game is
Say,
going on for
if this had
fucking ever.
taken another 4 hours, I think I probably would have just jumped out a window.
It nearly
Um,
fucking did. Like Jesus Christ.
And I was gonna say, not because I don't love playing games with you and hanging out and vibing.
Oh.
It's just because I'm tired of this story.
Same. I was getting a little tired of it. Like I was really expecting it to kind of get in, like the last time we played, I was expecting it to get back into
Right.
to get into final act, but like it took it dragged a little bit at that part.
I really think with the way that this was framed and the I hate that I always point back to framing, but framing is important. In the time period that this, or the time that this story takes to tell, in the actual, like, not in hours, but how long of the amount of time that actually passes from the beginning of the game to the end. That's what I'm trying to say. Not in real time, but in universe. You could have kept that and then cut like 3 game hours, and it would have been the same story.
Oh, definitely.
You could have cut 3 hours from the runtime of this game, and it would be the same exact story.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And you wouldn't have lost anything.
I don't think you would have lost anything. Yeah, it was almost a little bit too long. I think they tried to pad it out maybe just a little too much at parts.
And God, talking about the fact that you played it faster than the fucking developers, like
I
what?
what the fuck does that mean? Was it because I
What
fucked
did
around with the
y'all
code?
do?
Was it because I fucked around with the coding or something?
I have
Or
no
like,
idea.
but why did it say that 0.3% of people have gotten that achievement? I wasn't rushing
I
the
just
game
wanna,
at all.
I was gonna say, I just want to know what the fuck the developers are doing.
I'm like, either y'all played that really fucking slow, or I somehow accidentally speed run this game.
You said
I just went
the
yeet.
5 stages of grief speedrun.
Yeah. Sometimes you get to
But
unlock denial too.
literally.
Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that we finally like powered through this game because yeah, it
Right.
was fun at first, but after a while I was like, oh my fucking god,
Oh
when
my
is
God.
it ending?
We're still here.
We can only banter about stuff for so long.
Literally. And like I definitely would not put this in the same category of Machine for Pigs, and that
No,
Machine
not
for
at all.
Pigs, in my very critical opinion, is bad.
Oh yeah, it's the
Like,
worst one out of all of them.
it's
Like,
bad. Like,
yeah,
it's just bad, in my opinion.
not my favorite at
Um,
all. I don't really have any emotional attachment to it at all.
this one, like I said, just kind of comes off as lazy. Like,
Yeah, not as bad as Machine
or
for Pigs.
rushed. I don't know anything about the production of this
It's
game.
like
I
too
don't know
long and too
anything.
fast at the same time.
Do what?
It's like too long and too fast at the same time.
I was gonna say absolutely.
In a way.
Rushed less in the pacing of the game, and rushed as in we
Oh,
need to get this out really quick and not worry about our own internal logic or the build of the characters or whatever.
Or even
You
this
know,
the
just
fucking like integrity of the game itself, because obviously
right.
it was not put together that well.
I was gonna say, so yeah, no, the Rebirth really just comes off as either lazy or rushed. I don't know which one. Like I said, I don't know anything about the production of this
I
game. It
think
just kind of
maybe
snuck up and was like, oh yeah, there's another Amnesia game. And I'm
yeah,
like,
they
"Fucking
didn't
what?"
really advertise it a ton. There wasn't really much of a. It was like announced like a month before it was released, so
Right, and so
I don't know. I do kind of feel like maybe that's probably for the better because if they hyped it up a ton and then we got
oh my
this, I feel
God.
like I would
I
have
would
been,
have been mad.
so
I
fucking
would have been
pissed.
mad.
So, yeah, I'm just glad it's over with now. I'm looking forward to playing something else that isn't Amnesia related. I want to play like some Octodad or something. Go back to like the classics, you know, something we can just fucking laugh at, not and just like probably play in like one sitting.
Oh God, you're so valid. I was gonna say, meanwhile, I'm ramping up for a long ass series.
No, I'm excited. I'll be the comic relief on the side.
my my emotional support cowboy. I love it so much. It's such a good game. I will say that it definitely does drag a little in the middle.
That's fine. I'm just gonna go admire the pretty visuals.
Oh God, yeah, no. And I'll try and do like the level grinding while I'll do that off of stream.
Oh yeah, legit. Like no worries. You can always just like hang out with me. Let me actually like maybe I'll actually stop streaming too because I don't think anyone else is here except for us.
Oh yeah, no.